Hello, true art believers, and welcome to today's live art stream. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. This is Pierson here, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. And it is day 179 of 200 days of drawing, and we're still going strong, and I'm very excited for that. I'm very happy, very blessed to have kept my, what would you call it, like my promise to myself to do 200 days of drawing or live streams. And anyway, so let's begin today's drawing 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 session. All right, shall we? All right. How is everyone doing? Before I begin, I got a little, as you can see, I'm adjusting my camera here so that I can see, so I can start my time lapse video on the left side here. Well, anyways, today is just another day in paradise, if you know what I'm saying. And we're gonna start the drawing right about. Get my stylus ready. Get some things. There we go. And we're gonna start. We're gonna start right now. And it has started. So I hope you are enjoying your day. For me, the day is about. It's wrapping up. It's the end of the day. So right now, the monitor to this computer screen, it's at it's in night mode, which means it's not emitting blue light. Like all it's doing now is kind of emitting like a yellow light. So because of that, my coloration for this drawing today might be a little off, and not because I am like choosing it to be that way. It's just kind of turning out to be that way, probably because of the coloration. And we're going to do something. We're going to do the standard cactus again. I don't really change. I'm not really changing the actual like style. I'm just doing simple generic cactuses and really focusing on getting them done as quickly as I can. And that's really my goal for this 100 days of drawing, right? For this next batch of 100, for this series, essentially, this series of cactus drawings. So that's my goal, is to kind of standardize and just get really efficient at doing this type of cactus drawing of sorts. All right. And there we go. That's what we have here. And now all we got to do is let's get the eraser out, kind of erase some of this remaining stuff here. And we're going to center it. So today, pretty productive day. I think, I don't know how much better I could have done it. There was some bouts of laziness or of like distraction. And I guess the only way that I could have done better is I had intended on doing this live stream around, what color did I use last time? I don't know. I had intended on doing this live stream around noon, my time, and I just didn't get to it. Things didn't fall in place, and I just decided it's not necessary. Like I have my evening free, so I could technically do this right now, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm not. So that's why I'm doing it now. So I didn't really fret too much over the fact that I didn't do the drawing at the intended time frame, because I'm doing it now, and that's all that matters is being consistent. Time frame, of course I want to hit that time that I'm usually intending to do the live stream, but sometimes you just can't make it. You know, there's certain things that I have to deal day to day that kind of affect that. But I did get it started, aka I'm doing it now, so I'm pleased with that outcome. Um, yeah, so that was that. Woke up this morning and exercised or ate extra fries, if you know what I'm saying. Ex, ex, ex exercise or extra fries. Did you say that? So, yeah, just been just working, just producing. You know, I don't have anything of like note to say right now. I think I have been focusing on kind of correcting um, or improving the way that I manage my time. And so that's what I've been dealing with lately is just slowly trying to improve my time management. And it's not even necessarily improving time management. It's kind of like I'm building a system up and or building a changing my character a little bit. And one of those things that I'm involved in right now is being more of a clean person, you know, just being cleaner. And so what I have been doing to be just an overall cleaner person has been every time I go to an area that I'm in the house that I'm in, right? I purposely clean up something. It doesn't have to be a lot. I'll purposely clean up like let's say I'll pick up three things from that room. You know, if there's three things on the ground, or I'll clean up a specific area, a small little area, and I'm hoping that through time I will build up or have a cleaner area or living space by just doing something as simple as that. And so far, it kind of works. It's not foolproof, but it means that I'm having a cleaner house than normal, and I'm trying to kind of establish that as like part of my identity, I guess, because I'm not particularly known for being like just like tidy, uh, and it's not necessarily because I'm lazy or anything. Um, because you'd be hard pushed to say that I'm lazy because I've done 170 live streams in the past 179 days, you know. So, but like it's just like one of those things that it's hard to kind of put into your day to day, you know. And so that's what I struggle with is getting that day to day cleaning act. And so that's why I've been trying to do that every time I've been moving into another room is kind of forcing myself to be to clean the area that I'm kind of move in. Not like I'm cleaning the whole house, but like, you know, if like, oh, there's some shoes on the ground, right? There's a pair of shoes on the ground. Um, I'll just I'll pick them up and put them in an area that is more conducive to where you would want to put shoes, right? And or something like that. So I'll do stuff like that. You know, I'll put some shoes somewhere and call it a day. Or like, or there might be something like I don't know, like some sheets or something is needs to be folded or something's in the wrong area. You know, just slowly trying to build up a like a subconscious cleaning habit that I think I'll benefit in the long run. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about. I don't have anything of interest. Um, I guess what's interesting to me for today is so I I do weight lift, I do train, but like I go against the grain of what everyone else is doing. The typical things you see on TikTok and YouTube and all these places. Everyone's training like constantly. Train, train, train every day, 6 days a week. You got to train like The Rock, 6 days a week. Um, I actually train once every 4 days, and the workouts themselves are like they got to be under 30 minutes. The they would be actually less than 30 minutes if I didn't have to spend time like swapping out equipment and changing weights. Just because like home gyms are not necessarily the most efficient for like speed and altering the area. So like if I want to do squats, I have to do squats and I have to do leg extension. The bench press, like the bench seat has an attachment that you assemble to the leg extension thing to create leg extensions. So I work out once every 4 days, and it's like incredibly tiring. So that's what I'm dealing with. Is like I'm like really tired today for just by doing that. It's really weird. It's a really weird predicament that I'm in, where I'm doing um, this once every 4 day split, and it's super simple. Like it's only about 30 minutes tops, and then I'm in and I'm out. In and out in under 30 minutes, and I'm seeing improvement, and it's all about doing maximal effort in the least amount of time. Like my squats, like I used to squat like 400 in general. Like I've squatted 400 pounds for sets, you know, and I would do that. I'd do 400 pounds for sets, and yeah, I do 400 pounds for sets. But this workout, it's something else, man. Right now, I've been doing using the same weight for the past 3 sessions. So I've been using 225 for squats for the past 3 sessions, and basically each session I increase the repetition count, and it's very tiring. Like it's incredibly tiring for a few reasons. It's not just the repetition count, because it's not a super high rep count. It's not like I'm doing 30 reps. I'm only I topped out at 17 reps today. But like what's really the tough part for me is the it's the kind of reps that I'm doing, the way that I'm doing the reps. It's like really, really slow reps, like the slowest I've ever done squats ever. And like just like five, like four, like I don't know. It's like 5 seconds down, 5 seconds up, and it's just killer, man. It is rough, and I'm feeling it today, or to the day of, and I only did one working set that was supersetted from leg extensions. So like the workout literally is leg extensions, one set to failure, squats, one set to failure, and then calf raises. That's it. It is a simple workout, but it is very, very, very like intense. Um, it's based off of Mike Mentzer's high intensity training regimen, and he was a golden era bodybuilder when he competed against Arnold and all those other people at the time, and he was the only one during that time who would literally train 3 days a week. He trained Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and he'd have Saturday and Sunday off. And everyone else during that time was training 5 to 6 days a week, and sometimes even more than that, or doing 5-6 days a week, but doing 2-a-days, working out twice a day. And his reasoning to why he didn't do that is because for like his science, the science he was basing off is that we're actually, when you're lifting that heavy, you're actually, if you lift that heavy and you don't wait a long period of time between lifts, like between workouts, you're overtraining, because his logic is, when you are the first thing your body needs to do when it works out that intense is replace the elements that your body lost, and that usually takes some time. It might take 2 or more days just for that to happen. And then once your body replaces all those elements, then is the actual recuperation phase, where you actually are repairing and becoming stronger. And he proclaimed that everyone in the bodybuilding industry is overtraining by orders of magnitude, because the only reason why they're showing those gains that they're showing is because of the copious amount of drug use that they are using, and that was his statement. It's not like it's a secret that these guys hit those hit the steroids, right? It's not a secret. But so yeah, it's a very simple workout, and each time I'm noticing subtle changes with very little effort. Like I'm never it's really interesting to see, to experience that type of like change. Like, it's really interesting. It's just like it's a weird experience to work out like really, really hard for a very short period of time, and then not work out for an extended period of time, for like a week, almost a week, 4 days off. And people are like, when you hear that, people are like, "Are you kidding me? How can you do that? That's not enough time. Your muscles will start atrophying." And there's his clients that he was talking about when he was alive, and he was training people. His clients were training as far apart, as long apart as 10 days between each workout. So his clients would work out one day, and then they wouldn't work out for 10 days later, so even farther. And that's when they're seeing the big gains. And it kind of makes sense a little bit, to an extent. Like, it kind of makes sense, like, for real. I think the reason why it makes sense to me is because I noticed that when I would well, it makes sense because there is this, whenever you're at like a powerlifting competition, there's this phase that you do before you actually go compete, and they call it like the deload phase, essentially, where you basically don't train hard for like a week prior to your competition, because, for one, you don't want to injure yourself, and two, you want to give your central nervous system basically a time to kind of recoup. But maybe it's not just that. Maybe it's actually, maybe Mike Mentzer was on to something. Maybe that there is some truth to what he's saying. At the very least, if I don't get any gains from it, I can still kind of maintain the same type of physique that I'm in right now, which is not saying much, but I can still maintain this type of like healthy lifestyle that I'm having right now, and still have the same strength, and still relatively look the same, with basically 80% less effort than I used to, what I used to do. And that's really what I'm looking for, is try to maximize the amount of free time I have and not waste it on like working out, you know. Um, so that's why I'm kind of doing it, is because of that. And so that's why I'm doing it, and it works pretty good. You know, it's not difficult. It's enjoyable. Um, it's it's really really hard for like 15 seconds to a minute, and then after that you're done, man. You're done, and that is it. And that's very very satisfying to have. You know, it's a very satisfying thing. And it's really weird though. Like I never expected that I would be doing workouts. I'd be working out every 4 days. And I noticed that I noticed that like even after like the fourth day that I'm still like a little sore to in some areas. And I'm like, it's been 4 days. It's been 4 days and I'm still sore. Really, there must be some truth to this whole thing. That's this 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 training style. Um, I mean, Dorian Yates did it, right? He did it. He did it, but only he did like a he did it, but he also he didn't pro. He did the high intensity training part, but he didn't do the rest part. He didn't facilitate the principle of extended rest. So like technically Dorian would probably, because of his how intense he was working out, he probably needed to rest extensively, like long, like he probably had to been one of those, would have needed to be one of those like 10-day individuals, rest 10 days between workouts, which is weird. People don't, that's like a weird thing because the whole fitness industry is like based upon this model of working out 5 days a week or more, you know. And I don't know why that's the model. Like that's the base point. Like I don't know why they do that. Is like the is that to keep people at the gym? Is it some sort of like weird way of keeping people preoccupied with working out and not doing anything else? I don't know. Probably it might be a way to keep people at the gym, because then if people are going to the gym, they have to keep paying for membership. Now, if they find out a workout plan that basically they only have to do like 4 times a month, almost 8 times a month or something, they don't necessarily need a gym membership. They could probably just get the equipment and kind of, you know, do it at home. And maybe that might be some of the logic behind why people never, they kind of distrusted, they kind of smeared Mike Metzer's like background, or his they smeared him, I guess. Anyways, that's that. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing, and it's been working out pretty well. I like it because it's time efficient, and as you can see, I don't have the luxury of, well, I don't have the luxury of working out 6 days a week. It just doesn't work, man. I've done it. I've done it, and I'm tired of it. So like it's one of those things, like I just can't spend all my days at the gym, or exercising, and I just can't. It's just there's so much other things I need to be doing. Um, like, and it's not like a social thing. I think a lot of people, they've ingrained a going to the gym or exercising as this social like endeavor, because a lot of them, after they're working out, they're chatting. If they're at the gym, most of them are chatting. They're there for hours. I would observe art people at the gym basically stay there for hours. I'd get there after they did, so they were there for like at least 5-10 minutes, and I'd leave before them. And I'm like, gosh, you need to get out of here, dude. Stop spending your time at the gym. There's other things in the world, like the you can't take your gains with you at the end of the when you leave this earth. You can't take your gains with you. So stop wasting all your time at the gym. You know, for one, it's just like it just kind of sucks to be at the gym all day long. I've done it. And here's the thing, like I'm working out like 80% less. I'm only I'm working out so little, and I'm getting the same, like I feel like I'm getting the same outcomes with working out so little. And yeah, why is it not drawing? What's going on? Oh, there we go. Let's try this. Okay, working out so little and getting the same outcome. So, like I'm all about going to a gym and or exercising and trying to capitalize on being as time efficient as possible. It's very important to me to to do an exercise that doesn't take away all my time. And I've done it before. I've done like Smolov. I've done 5x5. 5x5 is the fast. When you first start out doing 5x5 or strong lifts or one of those things, it works. But like as you get stronger, the rest periods get longer and longer. So like at first, you're able to finish a workout in under an hour, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and that's going really quickly. But then after a while, after hitting those, after your weight starts increasing to such a degree, you have to like keep extended the rest periods between, and it becomes incredibly fatiguing and tiring. And like, so what ends up being 45 minutes ends up being an hour and an hour, and then goes an hour 10, an hour 20, an hour and 30, and so forth. So that is not a good use of my time. I as much as I enjoy exercising and the feeling I get from it, I don't enjoy squandering time. And I've done that before. I think we've all experienced that. So when I say what I want to say about this is like if you have some fitness goals, man, uh, sometimes less is actually more. Less working out, make it intense, increase the weight, do less of it, and rest longer. And then the rest of the rest of it is going to be like the rest of your health goals are going to be built in the kitchen. Really, they're not built at the gym. They're built in the kitchens from you just like um, eating better. Really, it's not how much more you're exercising. You know, um, a lot of people, their whole persona is based upon fitness. You know, and I've heard stories that like of people that used to be really fit, like physical, and they got injured and they couldn't do anything. And so like like they got paralyzed, or they lost a limb or something, and they couldn't do anything, and the whole physical aspect in their life was taken away from them. And it was like it was their own persona. Like it kind of was like it defined them as an individual, and it was like soul crushing for them to have that happen. I'm actually taking a long time on this, to be honest with you. A lot longer than I probably should. All right, so let's go kick it up a notch, and we're just going to go straight to the this technique, and we're going to try to finish it in the next 10 minutes. I kind of procrastinated, or I had a little hiccup here and there. I had a hiccup. There we go. We'll do 15 pixels. No, we'll do 20. So I had a hiccup where I just took me a lot longer to get the same outcome doing the same thing that I'm already been doing. I don't know why. I just kind of slowed down. I think I spent a little bit more time on the what would you call it? It's the pot. So I spent some extra time on the pot, and it added a bunch of time, more time than I really was factoring in. So we're just gonna deal with it and kind of see where we can go with this. All right. And here we go. Let's start by doing this one. We're gonna make the lines a little bit bigger. It's kind of keep that reflective light there. There you go. Let's kind of do that. Yeah, so I don't have anything like special to say today. Like I don't have anything of like note other than like just like the whole overtraining and exercise thing. I found that to be interesting. And this isn't advice or anything. This is just like something that I was playing around with, and I think it's working pretty good. I think it's a pretty good strategy. It's not foolproof, but it's working for me at this time, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna have to spend like a couple months doing it until I to really have a gauge of how effective it is. But right now, it's 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 working really well for how much time I'm putting into it, and that's all that I really care about is this is this taking a lot of my time or a little bit of my time? Is it becoming an effective alternative to some of the other exercises that I've been used to doing in the past? So right now, I feel that it is a pretty effective exercising program, very simple, and it doesn't use up a lot of my time. But it does hit it does work. Like I do feel it at the end of the day. Um, Although that is not supposed to be a gauge of, from my understanding, like if you feel sore, that doesn't necessarily mean that you got a good workout. Because some people will never feel sore ever when they're working out, even afterwards, and like so, like they don't even know if their workouts effective because they don't know. They can't use soreness as a gauge, so I don't use soreness as a gauge. I just kind of like for me it's an indicator, but it's not a gauge. It's not like I don't use it as a tool to say, oh, I'm super sore, so the workout must have been really really good, because that may not be the case. It could just be like you did a different workout and your body's not used to that stimulus, whatever that means. So it's never always a signifier of like how intense or how hard the workout was. It could just be like, oh, it was a decent workout. All right, we're just trying to knock it out now. I'm not going to be overly critical on this one, because I just kind of want to get it over with today. I want to kind of finish it and not overly complicate it, not make it overly difficult for me. So we're just gonna Yeah, we're not going to overly complicate it. Let's do a little bit, add a little bit of like different green here, just for color variety. Kind of like a highlight, a colorful highlight, you know, just kind of playing around, being a little bit more spontaneous. Yeah, so more spontaneous, just kind of back out here. I want this area to be a little bit different. So like right here. All right, a little bit right here. And like we're gonna add some like some pink here, like really bright pink. Why not? See what happens. Buddy, look at that. And we'll do a little bit right here, and we'll do some right here, maybe and like this angular like pink here, and it's kind of do that. And yeah, I think that'll be it. We'll just kind of leave it like that. Why not? Have it kind of, yeah, we'll leave it like this. I'm not too, yeah, it's kind of, no, we won't leave it like this. We're going to mess around here a little bit more. I want like a mid-tone. There we go. Kind of get like a little bit of that there. Some like right here as well, and a little bit right here. Maybe add like a, there we go, something like that. There we go. Play it around. There we go. I think that might be it. Maybe not. I'm getting a little too micro now. Yes. All right. I think that's it. We're just going to call it a day. Let's do the thorns. Let's do those thorns, get those thorns out of the way, and call it a day. How about that? At 15 pixels. Let's go 12 pixels. All right. And we're going to do just like really like darker thorns. Zoom out here. And we're just going to I'm going to do some like these longer thorns. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. All right. Just kind of get those thorns in there. Knock them out, you know? Like that. Oh man, I wish I had something to talk about. Hmm. Well, I decided to do longer thorns because I don't really typically do the longer thorns, and I thought it'd be a nice little like break away from what I normally do with regarding thorns. And it's interesting. I don't know if I particularly think it's better. Um, Now when I do these long thorns, it just feels like it just feels spiky. They don't feel like thorns, they feel like spikes. Like I'm hammering nails into the thing. So I feel like I'm hammering nails into this cactus as opposed to these are thorns. They come off the cactus like so. No, I feel like they're like little bitty spikes poking out of the cactus here. It doesn't feel like they're yeah. All right. But we're good. We're doing good. All right, man. Almost done. I want to get this one done today. Kind of sit down and have like an evening. I think that'd be fine. All right. I think leave it like that. Put the thorn right here. Put the thorn right there. And I think I'll leave it like that. Why not? Um, Not bad. I think the colors. I'm when I look at it tomorrow, I think I'll be more proud of it or more pleased with it. But right now, I'm um, I'm a little wary about the drawing because yeah, I can't tell what the colors are officially. But I think it's gonna be. I think I'll be pleased with it tomorrow. I'm not sure. I might be like, oh, this turned out nice. So 21, and it is day 179. 79 out of 200. So that is awesome. 179 days of drawing, and we're still going strong. That is an amazing feat. You know, that's an amazing feat. I think, um, regardless of what you feel, and regardless of whether you like these drawings, this is an amazing feat to be able to just to do 179 days straight of nothing but drawing. And here's a little kicker. I actually draw like more seriously outside of this. So I do some serious drawings outside of these like cactus sketches. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. If you like this content, if you like watching me banter on and rant on about random things, and also draw a little bit here and there, and also like artist interviews, please subscribe for more. It is greatly appreciated, and I really do. I really do. I am really thankful for it. So, I just want to say thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful night. This is Pierson. Cheers.